Director of Public Prosecution. Now, the term of office of Chief Justice Benjamin Odoki, who has served for over 13 years, expired almost 3 weeks ago. Article 144 of the Constitution states that in case of the Chief Justice, the Deputy Chief Justice, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and the Justice of Appeal, they shall retire on attaining the age of 70 years. Live in studio to discuss with us this issue is the President of the Uganda Law Society, Ruth Sebatindira. You're welcome, Ruth.
Thank you, Marco.
Exactly. So bring us up to speed on this. What does the Uganda Law Society want? Or maybe first, if I may ask, why has it taken so long? You may think it's so long, but the authority may think it's not so long. Why do you think it's dragging on?
We at the Uganda Law Society know that 13 years ago, when Justice Benjamin Odoki took the office of Chief Justice, there was no doubt that his term would come to an end, and therefore planning for that transition should have started way back. And so this scenario is a bit unusual, that we don't have a substantive Chief Justice, and it raises a concern.
So what do you want as the Uganda Law Society? What do you want to be done, and how soon do you want it to happen?
As the Uganda Law Society, we perform an advisory role to government, to the nation, to the public, to users of justice, to users of the justice system. And therefore, it would be unfair if we did not identify what the challenge is. And that challenge is that there is no leadership now in the judiciary, that there is no Chief Justice to steer how the business of the judiciary should be functioning. And therefore, our call is that the President of the Republic of Uganda does make an appointment of the Chief Justice and Deputy Chief Justice so that the judiciary functions efficiently.
Yeah, so Madam President, how is that impacting on the work of the judicial system?
You see, when there is no leadership, when there is no sense of direction, when there is no strategic direction being led by a substantive leader, you're going to have inefficiencies and deficiencies in the judicial system. And so our call is that that vacuum should be filled so as to avoid deficiencies in the justice system.
And what else do you think the judiciary, what other changes do you think needed to be done in the judiciary? Do you think there's any?
Oh, of course, the judiciary calls for many changes. One of them is actually the leadership. Once we get clear leadership, substantive appointments made, and then the leadership charts out a clear plan of where the judiciary should be going. The judiciary of today should be able to deliver justice needs for the Ugandan people of the 21st century. We have many needs that given our growing population and the number of increasing users of the courts, will be demanding efficiency from the justice system. So any leadership that comes into place should be addressing efficiency, accountability within the judiciary, and discipline, ethical standards for our judicial officers. So those challenges, any leader coming in should be able to address.
Okay, so as we wait for the top two names to be unleashed by the appointing authority, which may not happen so soon, or maybe which may happen soon. If they're not named soon, what will happen?
It will be unfortunate because if they are not named soon, and remember that the Constitutional Court is also not fully constituted, neither is the Supreme Court. So even as users of any of those courts, if you had a matter that you want the courts to address, those courts are also not fully constituted. But if it takes this long, we can only relentlessly pursue. In all honesty, we can only relentlessly pursue, and one of our efforts is this one, to call to make a call on the President to educate the public and that are desperately looking forward to a more functional judiciary. So we will relentlessly pursue. We'll be knocking on the doors of the President. We'll be knocking on the doors of the Attorney General, of the Minister of Justice. We will not give up until this situation is remedied.
Thank you very much, Madam Ruth Sebatindira, the President of Uganda Law Society, and we very well know that the President will appoint a CJ very soon.
Oh, thank you. We'll be glad.
Okay.
Thank you.